To perform a dilation of a half, this one is, the scale factor is a half and the center of dilation is F, you need to construct perpendicular bisectors. So what you do is you take your straight edge and you connect from the center of dilation, which is F, to B. You can do all three right now. I'm just going to do this one just so that you can see what's going on and not get confused by it. So we construct a perpendicular bisector, which is we open it up from B to F. So get that distance, and then you draw on an arc. It can just be, okay, it could be a circle, but if you want to just kind of draw an arc at the top and then at the bottom, it might help you out so it's not so confusing at the end and you don't have so many markings. Okay, then flip the compass around, keep the same setting, and draw an arc again. And you'll notice that the arcs intersect in two places. Okay, this is what's hard for me to do on this program. You don't actually draw in this line here connecting the two, where the two arcs intersect. You can, but it will be very chaotic at the end. You're going to have arcs and lines everywhere. So what you really want to do is just take your straight edge and like line it up here, but only draw the point where it crosses segment BF. So here, I can show you, but I don't want you to draw on the line. It's just that I'm going to have to draw it in. So I'll make it, I don't know, green, I guess. Okay, so like this. Don't draw it in. Just line it up with your compass and see the point where it intersects BF. That's what you want. So put in that point, and that's B prime because it got half the distance closer to the center of dilation F. So let's see if I can just erase this. I'll just do this each time and erase that, like that. Okay, so then we're going to do the same thing for C and then the same thing to A. So you always go from the center of dilation, so you're placing the end, the clear piece on F, and then open it up. Let's do C. So, okay, yeah, we have that. All right, so I don't know, I didn't draw the segment in first. Sorry, this one is just like really confusing to do on this program, as I said before. Okay. So go from F to C, draw the segment. I should have done that first. So draw that in first. Then go and open it up that distance. And if you don't want to draw in the whole arc, you don't have to. And here's what I mean by that. You would just like take the compass and just draw like part of it here and then go down and part of it here. Or you can draw the whole arc. Flip it around, keep the same setting, and you can do the same thing. Where instead of the whole arc, I could just draw like part of the arc here. I just need that intersection, you know, you don't need the whole thing. And then same thing down here. Once it intersects, I don't need it anymore. So if you want to draw smaller arcs like that, some people like to do that. It's up to you. Then we're at the point again where, you know, I'm going to draw this segment in, but just don't draw the whole thing. So where these two arcs intersect here and here, you just like line up your straight edge. Don't draw it in, just line it up and just get, I know this box keeps coming up 1,000 times, but just get that point right here. So that's C prime. And then what I'm going to do again, I'm just going to delete this because I don't want it. It's just, I don't want too much stuff. So you can see these 2 points, that's our B prime, C prime. We just have to do A. So let's see, I used red. So I'm going to just draw using your straight edge from the center of dilation F through A. Get that distance first, and it's going to become half the distance. You can see it's going to be around here. So then get your compass, open it up from A to F, and either a full arc. Oh, you know what? If yours doesn't fit, I wonder if mine will. Oh gosh. You know what? It doesn't matter because all you have to do is go more than halfway. I say this a lot, but like I don't think this compass will fit. Just go more than halfway. I'm going to draw a big arc with it. So from A to F, or from A past the halfway point, draw an arc. Keep the same setting, flip it around, and draw an arc again. Okay, you just need enough here. It intersected here if you have to, you know, go back. And then there it intersects down there. So as long as you get that, like every once in a while, you'll have to go back and just extend something. So next I'm going to draw on that line, which again I keep saying, like, line up your straight edge here in green. Find the two intersections up here down in the bottom. Line it up. Don't draw it in unless you really want to. But just get that point where it intersects AF. And that's A becoming half the distance closer, so that's A prime. I'm just going to erase that green segment I drew. Okay, and then I'm going to connect to form the final triangle. Gosh, there's so many colors here. I already drew, but I'll use purple. So from B prime to C prime to A prime. So not only is this purple triangle half the distance, it's closer to F, the center of dilation, but it's also half the size of the original triangle ABC. We want to perform a dilation to triangle XYZ centered at Y with a scale factor of a half. So we don't have to extend from Y to X and Y to Z because it's already done, since the vertex is also, one of the vertices is also the center of dilation. So this one, all you have to do is take your compass, go from the center of dilation Y and open it up to Z. And we're going to construct a perpendicular bisector. If you can't fit, just go more than halfway. Draw an arc. Make sure you have enough of it. Flip it around. Place it on Z. You have the same distance as before. Draw another arc. It has to intersect it in two places. Now at this point, you can draw the line in, although you don't have to. But like right now, using this straight edge, like get the, line it up so it's through the two intersection points, and you don't have to actually draw the line in because sometimes it just gets kind of too sloppy. But where it intersects YZ, that's the point you need. Now center dilation's Y, so Z is moving half the distance closer, so this is going to be Z prime. So I'm going to get rid of this green line because if you didn't draw it in, then you won't even have it. See how you don't need it? Now we're going to do the same thing to X. So place the end of the compass on Y, open it up to X. Now mine actually doesn't fit, so I'm just going to make sure I go past the halfway point. Draw an arc that's big enough. Flip it around. Place it on X. Don't change the setting. Do the same thing. Draw another arc. You'll just make sure they intersect in two places. And again, don't draw the line in, but if you just take your compass and line it up, or I meant the straight edge, line it up through the two intersection points, wherever it intersects XY, that's X prime. So just put that point for X prime. I'm going to delete this line because you don't need it. And then you can connect to form the triangle. But before we do that, let's mark in Y prime right now. Like Y, since this is the center of dilation, stayed where it was. So you want to write in Y prime. Sometimes people forget to do that. Now when you connect to form the triangle, you're not just connecting X prime, Z prime, because that looks like you only dilated the segment XZ. You want to actually connect to form like the new triangle. So you have to have all three sides, even though just two of the sides you're tracing over. Make sure that you can see that entire triangle. X prime, Y prime, Z prime.